Friends, I would like to share with you a very special practice. It's a practice that's very dear to me personally. And I know that Erev, Shabbos, Chanukah is a very short day, and it might be getting even shorter, but it will definitely be infused with extra siyata d'shmaya. There's a big question, when's the proper time to daven Mincha, Erev, Shabbos, Chanukah. Obviously, the most convenient time is right before Shabbos. This way, one-stop shop, as they say, you go to shul anyway Friday night, so you daven Mincha before. However, the Mishnah Berurah brings at the end of Siman Taf Reish Ayin Tes, he brings from the Achroinim, and he says, V'kasu ha'achroinim, the Achroinim, right? This is the very last comment in the Mishnah Berurah at the end of Siman Taf Reish Ayin Tes, D'nachoin l'chadchila she'ispal mincha tchila v'achar kach yadlik. That l'chadchila, ideally, you should try to daven Mincha and then light the Neros of Chanukah. Why would that be? And obviously, it creates somewhat of slight inconvenience, because in the middle of the day, which is very short, to go out to daven Mincha. But let's explain the rationale of the Mishnah Berurah. And actually, there's another reason, amazingly brought in the Chidah and the Berkei Yosef. The Mishnah Berurah in the Sharat Zion says that if you don't daven Mincha early Friday night, it looks a little bit like a tarti d'sasri. It's somewhat self-contradictory, because we know that really you should not light the Neros of Chanukah until the nighttime. So, according to Rav Moshe Feinstein, 13 to 18 minutes after the Shkia. Rav Aaron Cutler says 25 or so minutes after the Shkia, but it has to be in the nighttime. Are you allowed to light the Ner Chanukah after Plag HaMincha? B'di'evet, because Plag HaMincha is not quite the night. Now, Erev Shabbos we have no choice. We have to light the Menorah after Plag HaMincha. We can't light it in the nighttime because it's Shabbos, we can't desecrate the Shabbos. So we're going to light it after Plag HaMincha. But that means if we're lighting it after Plag HaMincha, we are establishing that from Plag HaMincha on is night. Well, if it's night, you can't daven Mincha. You can't daven Mincha in the nighttime. So it's somewhat of a tarti d'sasri. Therefore, says the Mishnah Berurah, and he explains the rationale in the Sharat Zion, that one should try to daven Mincha Erev Shabbos Chanukah before lighting, ba'oid hayom gadol, because if you're going to light it after Plag HaMincha, says the Mishnah Berurah in the Sharat Zion, al karchach soymech al hakula, demi plag ulamala nuchal ashvosik malayla. That means you're relying on the leniency that after Plag it's night. Vim kenech yispal al achar kach. How could you daven afterwards? Now the Pri Megadim says the Sharat Zion is mashma that this is only if you're able to. If you're not able to, then it's not absolutely required. In fact, Rabbi Yosef says that what if you don't have a minyan earlier? So it's either to daven b'yechidos before lighting the menorah, or daven with a minyan later. Certainly it's more important to daven with a minyan. It's only a chumrah to daven mincha before, but not at the expense of not having a minyan. Because the Pri Megadim is mashma, it's only if it's efshar. However, there's a beautiful reason brought in the Berkei Yosef. It's quoted by the Shari Tshuva, and the Berkei Yosef brings this from Rav Shmuel Abuhav. And the Berkei Yosef says, davening mincha is keneged the tamid shel bein harbayim. Ner Chanukah is a zeicher to the nes that's nasa b'neros hamenorah. What did they do first? They first brought the tamid shel bein harbayim in the mikdash, and then they lit the menorah. Therefore, the ideal and proper procedure is first to daven mincha, and then to light the menorah. Now, this rationale resonates with me very deeply, because we have to try to understand that when we light the menorah in our homes, we are literally not only commemorating, but the Chazal have treated our lighting of the menorah as if we're lighting the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. Here are a few examples. For example, in a Beis HaKnesses, we light it in the Daraim. But even in our house, there's an idea. The Gemara says, Asr l'hishtamesh la'ira. You're not allowed to get benefit from the ner of the menorah. Why not? Why can't you get benefit? You're allowed to get benefit from a mitzvah. The Ran explains because they enacted the neros of Chanukah to be similar to the lighting of the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. And just like you could not be nene from the lighting of the menorah in the Mikdash, one would be misappropriating, it would be me'ila behektish. So too, one cannot get hana from the neros of Chanukah. So to me personally, being careful to daven Mincha Erev Shabbos before lighting the menorah. And the fact is, bearing this in mind every day of Chanukah, I'm first davening Mincha, that's Keneged the Tamar Shel Bein Arabayim, and then I'm lighting the menorah, that's Keneged the Hadlakas HaMenorah. It infuses a deeper recognition that when we're lighting the menorah, it's literally a reenactment of lighting the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. And of course, this explains the Ramban, who says that Hashem consoled Aaron HaKohen, who did not have a chilek in the other karbanos, in the fact that he was consoled with the miracle of Chanukah, because the miracle of Chanukah, in a way, extends the lighting of the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash for all eternity, explains Rabbi Shulam Mikutna. And this is a reason, says Rabbi Shulam Mikutna, that the Gemara, when the Gemara speaks about the miracle of Chanukah, the enactment of Chanukah, the Gemara says, B'shana Acheres, in the next year, they establish it Behalal v'hayda, to say Halal, to say Alanisim, and the Gemara does not mention that they establish Chanukah to light the menorah. Says Rabbi Shulam Mikutna, that's because originally they did not establish Chanukah to light the menorah. Because if the purpose of lighting the menorah is to commemorate the lighting in the Beis HaMikdash and to reenact it, well, the Beis HaMikdash stood and they were lighting it in the Mikdash. So what's the purpose of lighting it in your home? Only later on in history, when the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, was there a later takana of the Rabbanan to light the menorah in the home. But the practice of being careful, Erev Shabbos, to daven Mincha before lighting the menorah, elevates our understanding, appreciation for the whole mitzvah, that we're actually reenacting the lighting of the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash. Wishing everyone Agun Shabbos and a Freilich and Chanukah.